English from Australia, pelajaran nomor 97. Saudara pendengar, hari ini kita akan berbicara tentang beberapa hal mengenai musim panas di Australia. Kita juga akan berlatih lagi memakai kata-kata seperti should, yang artinya seharusnya atau sebaiknya. Kita sudah pernah mempelajari pemakaian kata ini dalam kalimat-kalimat seperti misalnya,
You should get another job.
Artinya, saudara seharusnya mencari pekerjaan lain.
You should be careful.
Dan kita juga sudah berlatih memakai bentuk negatifnya, yaitu sebaiknya jangan atau tidak.
Shouldn't. You shouldn't work so hard. You shouldn't drive so fast. You shouldn't eat so much.
Hari ini, kita akan berlatih menggunakan bentuk yang agak berbeda dari kata tadi untuk menerangkan keadaan di masa lampau. Coba dengarkan beberapa contoh berikut ini. Hari ini hari Sabtu. Iwan sedang membaca suatu kejadian yang menyedihkan di surat kabar. Seorang pria beserta anaknya mati kehausan dan kepanasan di padang pasir di Australia Tengah. Suatu tragedi yang kadang-kadang terjadi di Australia pada musim panas.
This is terrible. They were traveling by car and the car broke down. They left the car and started to walk, but they didn't meet anyone. They walked for 20 kilometers. Police found the car, but the man and his son had died of thirst.
Mereka mati kehausan.
They died of thirst. It's terrible.
Sekarang, coba dengarkan sebuah contoh lagi.
They should have stayed with the car. They should have stayed with the car.
Mereka seharusnya tinggal di mobil saja.
They should have carried more water. They should have travelled in cool weather. They should have travelled with other cars.
Kata kerja yang dipakai terdiri dari 3 bagian. Kedua bagian pertamanya, should have, tidak berubah, dan diikuti oleh bentuk past participle dari kata kerja yang diperlukan. Dalam contoh tadi ialah
Stayed. They should have stayed. They should have stayed.
Perhatikan ucapannya dalam percakapan sehari-hari.
Should have. Should have stayed.
Coba ulangi sesudah Chris.
Should have stayed. They should have stayed with the car.
Sekarang, Chris akan menyebutkan hal-hal yang dilalaikan, tetapi seharusnya dilakukan oleh ayah dan anak yang malang dalam berita di surat kabar tadi.
They should have been more careful.
Mereka seharusnya lebih berhati-hati.
They should have been more careful. They should have asked for advice before they left.
Sekarang, coba saudara ucapkan ungkapan-ungkapan berikut sesudah Chris. Siap?
They should have been more careful. They should have stayed with the car. They should have travelled in cool weather. They should have carried more water. They should have asked for advice.
Saudara pendengar, saat ini Chris dan Iwan sedang berjalan menuju ke rumah Don. Mereka telah diajak bermain tenis, dan hari ini merupakan suatu hari yang khas di musim panas di Australia.
Gee, it's hot.
Yes, we should have borrowed Dad's car.
But he wasn't at home.
Well, I should have asked Mum. The sun's very bright, isn't it?
Yes, I brought my sunglasses.
Oh, good idea. I should have brought mine.
You should have worn a hat too.
Yes, The sun's very strong. Anyway, it's not far now.
Coba dengarkan beberapa contoh lagi.
We should have borrowed the car. I should have asked Mum. I should have brought my sunglasses.
You should have worn a hat.
Well, here we are.
I hope he's at home. Let's try again.
I can hear someone.
Oh, g'day, fellas. Come in. The door was open. You should have just walked in.
Oh, it's pretty hot, isn't it?
Yes, it's the hottest day so far this year.
Maybe it's too hot to play tennis today.
Yes, we should have played yesterday. It was cool yesterday.
Well, I was at work and you were at lectures, weren't you?
We didn't have any yesterday afternoon.
Well, you should have told me. I could have finished early.
Hello, Chris. Hello, Iwan. Would you like something to drink?
Oh, yes, please.
Yes, I'm really thirsty.
Let's see. Oh, we haven't got any lemonade. I should have bought some this morning. There's some orange juice. Is that okay?
Oh, yes, that's fine.
Sure.
It's very hot. Chris, you should have worn a hat.
It's too hot to play tennis today. We should have played yesterday. Hey, I've got an idea. Let's have a look at the paper. Yes, here we are. There's a big tennis tournament on at the moment. There's a game this afternoon. The top American player and the top Australian player are playing.
Sounds interesting.
Yes. It's too hot for us to play tennis, but it isn't too hot to watch tennis. Let's go to the game.
That's a good idea.
Saudara pendengar, salah satu ciri lain dari musim panas di Australia ialah olahraga. Setiap tahun selama musim panas diadakan pertandingan-pertandingan tenis dan kriket yang penting di kota-kota besar. Sekarang, mari kita berlatih membuat kalimat dengan ungkapan should have. Coba dengarkan.
We haven't got any lemonade. Jane didn't buy any lemonade when she went to the shops yesterday. She should have bought some lemonade.
Apakah saudara dapat melihat hubungan antara kalimat terakhir tadi dengan kalimat-kalimat sebelumnya? Coba dengarkan contoh lain.
Chris feels sick. His head feels hot. He didn't wear a hat when he was walking in the sun. He should have worn a hat.
Dia tidak pakai topi, tetapi seharusnya dia memakainya. Berikut sebuah contoh lain lagi.
It's too hot to play tennis today.
You didn't play tennis yesterday when it was cooler. You should have played tennis yesterday.
Dan ini sebuah contoh lagi.
The sun's very bright. Chris didn't bring his sunglasses.
He should have brought his sunglasses.
Nah, sekarang coba saudara buat kalimat terakhir untuk contoh-contoh berikut.
It was too hot for walking today. They didn't come by car.
Ulangilah sesudah Jane.
They should have come by car.
Bagus. Coba saudara lakukan latihan berikut seperti tadi. Dan ulangilah kalimat yang betul sesudah Jane. Siap?
The sun's very bright. Chris didn't bring his sunglasses.
He should have brought his sunglasses.
It's a long walk. They didn't catch the bus. They should have caught the bus.
It's too hot to play tennis today.
You didn't play yesterday. You should have played yesterday.
There isn't any milk.
She didn't buy any yesterday. She should have bought some yesterday.
Lucia isn't at home today.
She was at home yesterday, but you didn't visit her. You should have visited her yesterday. It's raining and I'm wet. I didn't bring an umbrella. I should have brought an umbrella.
Baiklah. Sekarang mari kita pelajari bentuk negatifnya, yaitu dengan menambahkan kata not. Coba dengarkan.
Should have. Should not have. Should have. Shouldn't have. Shouldn't have.
Coba ulangi sesudah done.
Shouldn't have. They shouldn't have travelled.
Bagus. Ternyata Don juga melihat berita yang tadi dibaca oleh Iwan dalam surat kabar. Sekarang, coba saudara ulangi beberapa contoh berikut ini. Siap?
They shouldn't have travelled alone.
They shouldn't have left the car.
They shouldn't have travelled in summer.
They shouldn't have walked in such hot weather.
Yes, it's a sad story. Ah, well. What time does the match start this afternoon?
2:30. We'll have some lunch, then we'll go.
Saudara pendengar, teman-teman kita hampir selesai makan siang sebelum mereka berangkat menonton pertandingan tenis. Chris kelihatan sakit.
Chris, are you feeling all right? You look sick.
Well, I don't feel too good.
Perhaps you shouldn't go out this afternoon.
Oh, I'll be okay.
You can borrow a hat.
Thanks. I should have worn one earlier.
Yes, you shouldn't have been in the sun without a hat.
And I can lend you some sunglasses.
Thanks. I should have brought some sunglasses.
We'd better hurry. It's after 2:00.
I'll just finish this cup of tea.
I'll get the car out.
Jadi mereka berangkat ke pertandingan. Nah, ini sebuah ungkapan lagi yang sama artinya dengan should.
Ought to. Ought to.
Kata itu sudah kita dengar dalam kalimat-kalimat seperti
You ought to get more exercise.
artinya, saudara seharusnya lebih banyak berolahraga.
Husbands ought to help their wives.
Yang sama artinya dengan
Husbands should help their wives.
jangan lupa bahwa kata ought selalu diikuti oleh kata to.
Ought to. Ought to.
Jadi, sebagai ganti kalimat,
Chris should have worn a hat.
kita juga dapat mengatakan
Chris ought to have worn a hat. Chris ought to have worn a hat.
coba ucapkan sesudah Jane.
Ought to have. Ought to have worn. He ought to have worn a hat.
Ulangilah beberapa contoh lagi.
He ought to have brought his sunglasses.
He ought to have stayed at home.
They ought to have caught the bus.
They ought to have travelled by train.
Saudara pendengar, saat ini teman-teman kita sedang dalam perjalanan dengan mobil menuju ke tempat pertandingan tenis. Coba dengarkan beberapa contoh lagi.
What's the time, Chris?
It's 25 past 2.
Oh, we're going to be late.
We ought to have left earlier.
The traffic's always thick here. I ought to have remembered.
And we've got to find a parking spot.
We ought to have come by bus.
How are you feeling now, Chris?
Not too good.
Perhaps you ought to have stayed at home.
I'll be all right when we get out of the car.
Satu hal lagi mengenai should have dan ought to have ialah pemakaiannya dalam jawaban singkat. Coba dengarkan. Jane akan bertanya kepada Don, apakah dia membawa sun cream untuk hidungnya supaya kulitnya tidak terbakar oleh matahari.
Did you bring some sun cream for your nose?
No, I didn't.
Well, you should have.
Ungkapan tadi adalah singkatan dari kalimat yang lebih panjang berikut ini.
Well, you should have brought some sun cream for your nose.
Coba dengarkan sebuah contoh lagi.
Did you invite Lucia to come, Chris?
No, I didn't.
Well, you should have.
Dalam semua jawaban singkat tadi, digunakan kata-kata should have. Ungkapan ought to have juga dapat dipakai. Misalnya,
Did you lock the car?
No, I didn't.
Well, you ought to have.
tetapi ought to have barangkali lebih jarang dipakai daripada should have. Sekarang, mari kita mempelajari jawaban singkat negatif. Kalimat pertama positif dan jawaban singkatnya negatif.
I ate too much at lunchtime.
Well, you shouldn't have.
We walked a long way in the sun.
Well, you shouldn't have.
Chris forgot his hat.
Well, he shouldn't have.
Don became angry.
Well, he shouldn't have.
He drove too fast.
Well, he shouldn't have.
He shouted at the other drivers.
Well, he shouldn't have.
Sekarang, mari kita berlatih. Saudara akan mendengar suatu kalimat dan saudara diminta memberi jawaban singkat. Kalau kalimat yang saudara dengar positif, misalnya,
He forgot his hat.
maka jawabannya negatif.
Well, he shouldn't have.
Kalau kalimat yang saudara dengar negatif, misalnya,
Don didn't lock the car.
maka jawabannya positif.
Well, he should have.
Coba saudara jawab contoh berikut.
Don drove too fast.
Contoh tadi memerlukan jawaban negatif, bukan? Coba ucapkan lagi sesudah Jane.
Well, he shouldn't have.
Sekarang, coba saudara lakukan latihan berikut dan ulangilah jawaban yang betul sesudah saudara mendengarnya. Siap?
I ate too much at lunchtime.
Well, you shouldn't have.
Chris forgot his hat.
Well, he shouldn't have. Don didn't bring any sun cream for his nose.
Well, he should have. Ewan didn't write a letter to his family last week.
Well, he should have.
Bagus. Nah, teman-teman kita baru saja tiba di lapangan tenis untuk menonton pertandingan antara juara Amerika dan Australia. Saudara pendengar, ada satu hal lagi yang akan kita pelajari. Kalau sesuatu hal telah dilakukan di masa lampau, dan kemudian ternyata hal tersebut sebetulnya tidak perlu dikerjakan, maka kita dapat memakai ungkapan needn't have. Don dan teman-teman yang lain baru saja sampai dengan tergesa-gesa di lapangan tenis.
Oh, here we are. Oh, Oh, the game hasn't started. They're still practicing.
Oh, we needn't have hurried.
Coba dengarkan lagi.
Needn't have. Needn't have. We needn't have. We needn't have hurried.
Artinya, sebetulnya kita tidak perlu tergesa-gesa.
That's right. We needn't have hurried.
You needn't have driven so fast.
We needn't have left home so early.
Sekarang, coba ulangi sesudah Jane.
Needn't. Needn't have. We needn't have hurried. You needn't have driven so fast.
Baiklah. Berikut ini akan kami berikan beberapa contoh lagi. Selama pertandingan berlangsung, langit mulai mendung dan udara menjadi lebih dingin. Matahari sudah tidak kelihatan lagi.
It's cloudy. The sun's gone.
Yes, I needn't have brought a hat.
And I needn't have brought cream for my nose. There isn't any sun now.
You needn't have worn your sunglasses. How are you feeling now, Chris?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks. My stomach's still a little upset.
I brought some aspirin for you. Take one of these.
Oh, Jane, you needn't have bothered.
Artinya, sebetulnya kamu tidak perlu repot-repot.
You needn't have bothered, Jane. I'll be okay.
Ungkapan tadi sangat sering dipakai dalam bahasa Inggris dan diucapkan kalau seseorang berbuat baik terhadap kita. Suatu ungkapan lain yang serupa ialah
You needn't have worried, Jane.
By the way, did you know this match is being shown on television?
No. Are you sure, Iwan?
Yes. There are TV cameras over there. Look.
Oh, yes. Well, we could have watched it at home on TV. We needn't have come here to watch the game.
I like seeing the game here. It's better than watching it on television.
Coba dengarkan lagi contoh-contoh tadi.
I needn't have brought a hat.
You needn't have brought sun cream for your nose.
We needn't have worn sunglasses.
You needn't have bothered, Jane.
We needn't have come.
Perhatikanlah bahwa ungkapan tadi selalu negatif.
Needn't have. Needn't have. We needn't have come.
Sekarang, mari kita berlatih. Saudara akan mendengar suatu kalimat, misalnya,
He brought a hat, but it wasn't necessary.
dan saudara hendaknya menyatakan arti kalimat tadi dengan ungkapan needn't have.
He needn't have brought a hat.
Sekarang, coba saudara lakukan seperti tadi, dan ulangilah kalimat yang betul sesudah saudara mendengarnya. Siap?
We hurried, but it wasn't necessary.
We needn't have hurried. They arrived early, but it wasn't necessary.
They needn't have arrived early.
Jane brought an umbrella, but it wasn't necessary.
Jane needn't have brought an umbrella. We walked, but it wasn't necessary.
We needn't have walked.
Baiklah. Saat ini pertandingan tengah berlangsung.
Ah, the American's playing very well. I think he'll win.
Yes, the other player isn't trying. He looks tired. He shouldn't have lost that point.
Artinya, sebetulnya dia tidak perlu kehilangan poin tadi.
He shouldn't have lost that point. He should have tried harder. Go on, run for it!
Chris, don't shout. He's doing his best.
Pertandingan berjalan terus. Salah satu pemainnya tidak bermain dengan baik dan Chris merasa kesal.
Oh, he isn't trying. Look, he lost another point. He should have run harder. And another game lost. Run faster!
Gosh, he hit that one into the net.
He should have watched the ball. Watch the ball!
Chris, be quiet. People are looking at you.
Oh, he missed it again.
He ought to have been more careful. He isn't concentrating.
Dia tidak memusatkan perhatiannya dan dia tidak bermain dengan baik. Chris mencelanya.
Watch the ball!
Chris, he's coming over here. Oh, this is embarrassing.
Why don't you be quiet? You're distracting me. Just be quiet. I'm trying to win this game.
Chris, you shouldn't have shouted. You shouldn't have interrupted.
I know. I was excited.
Oh, he's playing worse now. Oh, you oughtn't to have upset him. Uh-oh, rain.
Seringkali kalau hari sangat panas, maka pada petang harinya turun hujan lebat.
It's starting to rain. They're still playing.
They'll have to stop. It's raining heavily now.
You needn't have shouted, Chris. They can't play anyway.
Let's go. We should have brought an umbrella.
Saudara pendengar, sekarang sudah saatnya kami minta diri. Tetapi jangan lupa membaca bagian yang berjudul After the Broadcast dari pelajaran tadi dan pelajari juga bagian yang berjudul Before the Broadcast dari pelajaran nomor 98. Dan sekarang, goodbye listeners.